Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you again for the conferences organized with the occasion of celebrating the days of the Grigore T Popa University of Medicine and Pharmacy of Iași, Romania. After 2 successful days, it is our great pleasure to have among us Dr. Juliane von HOYNINGEN-HUENE from Germany, a very dear and close friend of mine. We know each other for many years since we both were members in the International Association of Dental Students. Juliane is a very passionate dentist, a passionate mother as well. She used to be the president of the International Association of Dental Students, immediate past president of this association. She was part of the board of the Young Dentists Worldwide. She was involved in many voluntary projects. Also, she is part of the German Dental Chamber with a special focus on dental education department. She is involved for many years in the activities of World Dental Federation, which is the highest forum at in the dental profession at this level. And last but not least, she is the president of Women Dentists Worldwide, an association that is recognized and supported by the World Dental Federation. Juliane has a DMD diploma from the Leipzig University. Also, she continued her specialization with a master's degree in functional diagnosis, and afterwards she was awarded with a PhD as well. So what can you say about Juliane is that she is both a successful dentist, a successful activist for the dental profession, and last but not least, a very proud and involved mother. So the question is, how does she manage to deal with all these dimensions? And how does she manage to make everything so well? And how does she manage to, let's say, successfully combine the profession with the personal life? But this is not an answer that I can provide you. This is actually the topic that Juliane will talk about today. And we hope that in the context of globalization and in maybe the false concept that dentistry is a world that belongs to men, Juliane will demonstrate you today the very important role that women have in dentistry and how they can make a difference and why they should make a difference. Because if we want to quote somebody, behind a very successful man stands an even stronger woman. So we can make a paraphrase and say that maybe behind a very successful dentist stands even more successful woman dentist. Juliane, thank you very much for taking your time, for preparing this presentation, for accepting our invitation. It's been a long time since we didn't see each other in person, and we're looking forward to meeting up again in normal conditions. She visited Iași in 2009 when we organized the annual World Dental Congress of the International Association of Dental Students and Young Dentists Worldwide. She visited our university, and I hope that she left here with very nice memories, and she kept us in her heart. So in order to go straight into the topic of this conference, Juliane, I kindly invite you to start your conference, and I'm sure that everyone will be delighted to listen to it.
Thank you, Unot. I will now try to share my screen to show the presentation. First, let me say that my impression about Romania, and especially about the women dentists in Romania, is that I think they don't need as much women support as a lot of other women dentists worldwide need. Still, it's always good to have an idea about activities of associations and about challenges that women face, that then even when there's a high number of women dentists in a country, there are still issues and challenges that women face in their normal life as mothers, caretakers, and also dentists. So, and there's also that saying that men have the family in their back and women have them in their neck. So I think that when we have role models, we can have a better, energy and motivation to face the challenges we have. So this is the logo, the old and the new logo of the FDI section Women Dentists Worldwide. And I think most of you know FDI as an association, which is a non-governmental, non-profit association. You know it from guidelines about, amalgam, other guidelines about treatment, antibiotics, use of antibiotics. And FDI is always very strong in promoting oral health worldwide. One challenge that FDI has is, compared to the medical doctors, is that we just have one association, which is both like the scientific base and the political one. For example, for medical doctors, we have WHO, and we have an International Dental Chamber or Dental Association, which is more for politics side. FDI is balancing it all. And this is quite a challenge, I think. What also is very interesting is that since 2005, where there was the first female president of FDI, nowadays we have nearly 50-50, like one man followed by a woman. And so it's quite a mixture, because one of the things I want to say is that it's not about women are better than men. It's just like, we all should be feminists in the way that we can just profit from each other when we can balance it. So Women Dentists Worldwide is one of 3 sections, like parts of FDI. The other 2 I will show you later. And our section is normally meeting once a year for a full day during the FDI conference. There's one picture, for example, this is from Madrid. And it started as a working group in 1996. And it was initiated by Michelle Arden from Belgium. She was the first president that FDI ever had. This is the board, the current board of Women Dentists Worldwide, with colleagues from Korea, China, Japan, Egypt, USA, Georgia, and I'm from Germany. The other 2 sections of the World Dental Federation that currently exist is the one of the dental chief officers and public health. So they care about a lot of those public health issues. And also there's the section for the Defense Forces Dental Services to have a umbrella where they can exchange their experiences, because this is also a very special field. So you can say that sections are something like special interest groups. What are the goals of our section? We would like to name the challenges and the goals, and we communicate them, because what I see that women face a lot is that we are so busy with our daily life, like cleaning and taking care of the kids and running the household and working as a dentist, that it's sometimes for us harder to network and to see that other women have the same challenges like we do. So when you see that other colleagues are having the same things going on every day and how they manage it, it often helps you to be better every day in what you're doing, because you know that you're not alone. And you might see that what's possible also. We also support national groups, and because there's a lot of countries where there's this need of a women dentist association. I don't know if there is one in Romania, I don't know it. I also don't know if there's a need for it, because there's a lot of countries where there are so many women dentists that it's just normal that everything is shared. And I know a lot of Romanian dentists, women dentists, that are very successful. So in countries where there's a need, we support that those kind of associations are founded. So we try to support participation of women dentists at all levels, for example, when it comes to Congress participation. About myself, I was born actually in East Germany. That's why for me, it wasn't very normal that kids go to kindergarten and women work full time. And so my mother was a single mother, and she is having her own dental laboratory. So I was a dental technician before I went to dental school. And my specializations is TMJ and also biological dentistry. So I do a lot of tests, environmental dentistry. I'm right now talking to you from the Dental Association in Berlin, where I was elected as a board member with 29 already. So it's like a lot of time that I spend here as part of the board. And all my association work that also started in the student association helped me a lot to know how to deal with association work. So if you start in the university already, then as a young dentist and all those stuff, you're very good prepared for political work. So my experience that I also had together with Dr. Juliane in the Student Association prepared me very well for the political challenges that I have to face in the Dental Association every day. So we have a Women Dentist Germany that was founded in 2007. And there I'm quite active, of course. And one thing that I'm very proud of, actually one of the things that I wanted to achieve by myself, because normally people ask me to, to serve for an association or so. And what I wanted to become was a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and so a delegate of the World Dental Federation. And it took me a lot of years, but finally a few weeks ago, I was elected to this committee, and now I can be the first woman after 10 years serving for the delegation of Germany in the FDI. And this is me and my son. He's a little bit older now, but Christmas again. So I have two pictures from the Congress in Iași in 2009. I wanted to prepare the lecture yesterday, but then I spent a few hours watching pictures of the conference and searching for some serious ones. But you see, I found some. And I really had a good time there. It was very well prepared, and I hope I come back soon. This is my, I want to say what my personal goals as in the association are, because I think it's very important in leadership that you define what you want to achieve in the position. And my wish from the very beginning was I wanted to level up the number of women dentists in panels and congresses. And also I wanted to support women in their participation when it comes to politics. So this picture is from 1 year ago, where we organized an online conference together with Quintessence, which is located in Berlin. So it's very easy to work with Quintessence, of course. And we created a conference with 3 days and 30 women lecturers from all over the world, which was really, for me, very interesting and wonderful. And we did a full day of leadership. And also one of my personal goals is to collect data and numbers about women dentists, and I will tell you later on why and how we do that. And of course, making connections and networking, which of course I already have from my student association times. So, and it's just a matter of, continuing that. I like the quote of Marissa Mayer that says that I always did something I was a little bit not ready to do. I think that's how you grow. When there's that moment of, wow, I'm not really sure I can do this, and you push through those moments, that when you have a breakthrough. And I think that's actually one of the basic differences between men and women. I know that I cannot speak about everyone, but what I experienced, that when it comes, for example, to positions and for lecturers, stuff like that, men are more doing this from their own wish, from their own idea. And women, I think, doubt themselves more often, because they doubt, like, how can I manage that? What should I do with the family? Will they agree on that? I don't know, how can I do? I think they overthink it more than men do. So sometimes you just have to try and just have to go through it, and then you will see. I think we can do more than we believe beginning. So there are a few things that I'm so tired of hearing from all those years working in dental politics or dentistry in general. So what do I not wish to hear again? Yeah, we had a conference, but we didn't find women to lecture on that topic because women are not so interested in lecturing. Maybe they don't have so much time. Yeah, maybe they don't shout so much because that they want it. But I think there's a lot of amazing lecturers out there. And I think it's not about having women only. It's about the mixture of, like, for example, when it comes to conferences, it's a mixture of practice and science and age of the lecturers, of their kind of work, how they practice. They practice in a dental clinic or in a small practice. I think a mixture is what makes life interesting. So what I also can't hear anymore is, what did you do with your kid today? How often are men asked how they organize a family? You're here in this evening for this dinner, but you have a small child. How can you do that? How often did you ask that a man? Maybe we should do that more often, because then it shows how awkward it is. It's not that I don't want people to think about, like, for example, when there's a political meeting, maybe thinking about having childcare there. It's something that you should discuss, but it's always often implemented that women take the role of the caretaker. And of course, there's also other ways of taking care of a child, for example. So this is something that I heard a lot of times. Now the people, after all these years, my son is turning 8, and they see that I'm a single mom and I can also work it out. So nobody's asking anymore, but still, this is something that women always have to and sometimes you don't know if there's something behind, like, what is she doing here? Shouldn't she be taking care of the family? Something like that. So, and also about politics, I often hear that there's no qualified women, but it's also something that you just have to start. Politics are not, I don't know, something which is you never can learn. You don't know the highest IQ. You need good feeling in your fingertips and a good sense of, what's good or bad. And then you can just try it and find people that you can always ask for help. I mean, there's, like, of course, it's sometimes complicated and tricky to deal with people in politics, and it's not easy going. But if you know people that you can rely on, and that you can talk privately and openly about what your issues are, then you can deal with it. So, and also something else, there's no need for quotes. Women will automatically participate. Of course, I believed that too, because I was so young when I entered the board. I managed it all without a big effort get those positions, but still I see there's a lot of women that would like to participate. And what we also know from science is that humans help push other humans that are like them. So if I am a man, I will push men that might be even in my age for some positions. And I see that as a woman, I also push women because I have a connection with them, of course. So in countries where there's no equality yet, but like, for example, in Germany, we have 50% of women dentists working, but I will show you later, the participation is still low in politics. So I think if we as dental associations don't give us quotes, it's just a matter of the time that politics, like for example, in Germany, we have a new, since today, we have a new chancellor, and they have written down in their contract, coalition contract, that they want to hire the participation in all our associations too. So it might happen that the law comes and then it's there. So then we have to deal with it anyway. So what are your challenges? This is after my lecture, I would like to discuss with you maybe what are your challenges as a woman in dentistry. In Germany, it was 2007 that our Women Dentist Association was created. And it was created by a woman that was not a dentist, or she's not a dentist, she is a journalist, but she's working in dentistry. And as it was seen that women numbers rising, there were men saying, okay, there's a threat of feminization coming into dentistry. And that is why this association was built. And I always used to say that the best day comes when we can cancel that association one day, because there's no need for it anymore. Still, there's a lot of men that then used to say like, we should create a men dentistry association. So do it, I don't care. Some older numbers from Germany from 2018 say that even though we had 45% female dentists working in the dental associations, we have 17 states, 16 states, but 17 dental associations. So there were 0 to 29% of the boards were women. And those are the old numbers. At the moment, we have from 17 associations, we have 2 presidents and 2 vice presidents. And we have just since June, we also have a vice president in the German Dental Association, which is a woman. But it was still, there were a lot of people saying like, there's no need. There's a lot of men that have all the experience. So why should we elect a woman? So you see that there's quite a difference between the real working force and the representation in politics. And these are some old numbers from the European Union, but you see that Romania is quite high in the ranking from the numbers of women dentists. Latvia, Estonia are even have more, and Germany is with 42% compared to Romania, still much lower. Here's also another graphics from the European Union Manual of Dental Practice from the Council of European Dentists. So there are still a lot of differences, which is fine. So every country has their own challenge, but and I think we can learn from each other. About the association, we have normally one conference in 1 year at the annual Congress of FDI, which was supposed to be in Shanghai in 2020. This year, it was all cancelled. This year, we had a forum at the FDI online in Sydney. I later on have the link for that one that you can have a look at it because it was recorded. And we had to cancel a conference we wanted to do in St. Petersburg. We had a virtual conference 1 year ago. And we're going to be in Mumbai next year. This is another picture from the topics that we had on the leadership part 1 year ago in the conference. We also had the current president of FDI, Dr. Isane Ben Yahya from Morocco, and some of our colleagues from all over the world. This is the link, the QR code is the link to the Women's Dentist Forum we had in Sydney. This is the logo, this is the advertisement, so you can still watch it. And we had some discussions about our study that I will show you later on. You also can Google FDI Women Dentists Worldwide, and you find it on the section page, the link for the forum, so it's not a big deal. It's quite easy to find. So one of my ideas when I started my turn was that I wanted to collect data, because there's a lot of, things going on. People say that, for example, but there's what if there are so many women in the profession, who is going to be a surgeon then, and who is making all the surgeries on our patients? Women don't want to do that, and they just want to go into pedo, and they just want to work a few hours, and they don't. Who's going to take care of all the patients when all of the women dentists are not working full time? Something like that. Those kind of stuff I was so tired of that I thought, like, okay, we should continue a study which was started in the 90s by Michel Arden, and put it onto a scientific basis. Together with a friend of mine, Thomas Wolf from Bern, Switzerland, we created a scientific project out of this questionnaire, which it's still quite challenging and takes a lot of time. So the basic questionnaire that was used in the 90s was just for associations in Europe. So I said, like, okay, we should do it worldwide, with the support of FDI, and also add a personal questionnaire. So not just asking associations about official facts, also asking about personal experience. And I'm sure that that is not the last study, and that we have to continue that to get more people involved, because it was quite heavy to get enough answers, and I'm still not really pleased with that. But that's how it normally is. You can just improve when you still see something that you can level up. So we used a professional web-based questionnaire tool to have those two questions, one questionnaire for the associations and one personal questionnaire. The National Dental Association questionnaire was also very important to get an official ratio, how many women and men are working. Sorry, I forgot to delete the last sentence, because I was a similar lecture I was holding in Turkey. I have to say that I checked it today, we didn't got a Romanian answer. So I'm sorry to say that hopefully Romania is going to be in there. I mean, I'm for sure that we had personal answers, but we have no National Dental Association answer so far as I saw it today. So we wanted, that's roughly what we got. We wanted to know, like, deans, for example, how many deans there are, how many specialized dentists are. And also, one of the goals of the questionnaire like that is to show the associations that there's a lot of stuff they don't know. Because when people say things like, it could be like that, it could be like that, we can just only answer that when we have a profound database. And when an association doesn't have data about that, they have no idea how it's going to be. And like, if we want to make a progress in patient care and want to know if we can treat them all, and if we can serve the whole population, we need to know how it will be in 10 years or 15 years. And we can just make a forecast when we are prepared well. Like, for example, we asked the associations about mandatory membership. And this is also something like, this is what my colleague from the US, for example, discussed. She said, do you think that in associations, dental associations, where it's mandatory to be a member, do you think that there's more women involved in politics than the other way around? Because we don't have an answer for that yet. But this is why, for example, we were asking about mandatory and non-mandatory, because in the US, a membership in the American Dental Association, which is actually a powerful one, is just mandatory. And in Germany, everybody needs to be in the Dental Association. That's also one of the reasons why in Germany, the dental associations are so strong in their work, is because of after the Second World War, a lot of power was given to the profession itself to make their own regulations. So that's interesting to see, like, developed countries comparing with each other, how different the system is. And so the personal questionnaire, we wanted to know, is there a national association? Because for us as women dentists worldwide, sometimes we don't even know if there's something going on in countries. We also wanted to know the intention of why women become dentists. We wanted to know their specializations, because this is what we also asked the national dental associations, but we also wanted to know how many of women dentists are really specialized and in which field. We also would like to see how many women are self-employed or working as employed dentists, because in Germany it's a big deal that a lot of women dentists are employed. And so we wanted to compare also the different working hours. I'm really interested in, for example, if there's countries where women work quite a low number or a very high number of working hours a week. So there are a lot of things that this kind of study can figure out, especially when there are a lot of answers. So just a few countries where we had a lot of answers for the personal questionnaire: USA, Japan, Germany, Philippines, and it's closed now, so I cannot share the link with you now, but take care that maybe next year or the year after there might be another personal questionnaire for Romania, and I hope that you then remember how important it is to help us with your insights. I told you before that I think that the goal is to reach a time where there's no need for special women dentist associations anymore. But equality in personal and professional life is not as easy as it's at the first, it seems as if it's on the first sight very easy. So what is the take it home message from myself to you before we start discussing? I think it's a lot about positive examples. I was raised by a mother that was very working hard. We need leadership role models, also not just for the professional life, also how they balance professional and personal life, because this is the even tougher part, because being on one hand a good mother or like a tough mother, and on the other hand a tough dentist, these are two jobs, and then balancing it and coming, from the dental office very maybe tired or like energized, and then switching roles, that's the challenge sometimes, and to know which kind of head you're wearing at that moment. So we should just talk about the problems, goals, and challenges. We cannot just say that it's so easy and it's always so easy and it's it's all fine, and we cannot be always pretty and energized. And there's also moments where we are just need support. Ask for support when you don't know how to deal with it any longer, or take take some time off, or take someone to help you with a homework. For example, like in Japan, women dentists struggle a lot because the society is not accepting when they get someone for the household. Yeah, holy crap. I mean, it's like, you need to get support in case you want to balance it. So you have to also make your own failures and learn from them, but also share it with the others that they might not do it too. So, and stop complaining if you don't do anything to change it. It's up to you. That's our webpage, womendentists.worldwide.info, and this is the congress poster for the next FDI in Mumbai that hopefully will happen in person. Let's all hope for that. You can reach us also on Facebook. There's a private group. We have Instagram, at the moment not so active. It's all like, as you see, it's not always so easy to balance it, but so basically that's it from my presentation, and I hope there are some questions.
If there are questions, please type them in the chat.
All tired.
Since there are not questions, thank you for a beautiful presentation. Thank you for your participation in the university project, University Days project. And we wish you successful in everything you propose.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.